on the windscreen, GT on the corner, and the Hyper NFT Dodge Viper, Deane Carnage Carney, the other Irish driver in the building. Let's see what they got for us. Dylan Hughes, the dozer, gets out to the outside zone 1, into outside zone 2. Oh, taps the wall. A big correction there from Dylan Hughes, allowing Deane Carnage to get close. Dylan comes out of shape, out of character. A hard blow there for Dylan Hughes, that outside zone. Old school.
This is cool. This is really cool. For us old people, this brings back memories.
Right? Just like, yeah, I know, right? There we go. All right, we started him here. Deane Carnage Carney and Dylan Hughes. Deane Carnage Carney initiates into the outside zone 1. Here comes Carney. Carnage into that second outside zone. Dylan Hughes does tuck into that smoke, but takes a way shallower line. Dylan almost getting lost in the smoke. And around that final clip. Unfortunately, Dylan with that major mistake in the outside. He's running the 2J under the hood of the royal purple BMW. I'm gonna have some words with him at halftime as well. Oh my gosh. Oh my gooshy. Gooshy over-rotates, and that will be an incomplete. Dylan Hughes does need to continue, so the dozer will need to continue through the course. He will have an advantage as long as he keeps it sideways. And he does. So Dylan Hughes, the needle just went completely the side of the dozer.
Going to be, like you said, at a big deficit due to that. We'll see what happens here if he was able to fix it.
Yeah, that gets a little hairy there on initiation for Dylan Hughes. You know, how much does he commit? Because if that car snaps back and Dylan's right there, you don't want to get taken out. But it looks like Dylan Hughes does continue on. Ken Gucci into that second outside zone. He fills all of it. Now, royal purple BMW, you can see him nosing on in. Whoa, he stays into it. And now, coming down into that final flip. All right, so let's take a look at it here once again. And again, that was a calculated that we've seen just in as recent as like 3 years ago. It seems that they're really gunning for a win. They're not just throwing caution out there. So just like I say that, they go across the nose. Dylan, the dozer, Hughes, royal purple, GT radial, BMW. Goes past an inside clip, Jeff Jones takes it out. Now up the hill, powering into that first outside zone. Goes Dylan, the dozer. In that second outside zone, really good job there. Doesn't get all the way in it, doesn't fill all of it, and that allows Jeff Jones to get close to him. Snappy transition by Hughes. Jones drops back a little bit. That supercharged V8 to 2J BMW of Dylan Hughes. Here comes Jeff Jones, Evo Auto Works, Nissan 370Z, big angle from him. Dylan Hughes mirroring his angle, but getting bathed in smoke. Oh, as he just comes out of it. Outside zone 1. Don't know if Jeff got in there. Oh, just like I said that, I was touting Jeff Jones get an outside zone 2. Great angle there. We'll have to take another different look and perspective to see exactly where Jeff was. I did see Dylan have
oh
good.
My gosh, yeah.
Oh man, I did see Dylan go. Odi Bakchis will lead, and again, Odi, Dylan Hughes. Odi qualified 3rd, Dylan Hughes qualified 6th, so a fairly equally matched battle here. That LS supercharged, Essence coming down the hill, past that inside clip. Dylan Hughes transitions back. Odi powers up the hill in the outside zone. Dylan Hughes keeping pace. How do they handle the outside zone 2? Odi Bakchis barely flirting with the course edge. Really nice line by Odi Bakchis. Oh, look at that, Dylan Hughes barely losing that front left bumper. And now, that inside clip. Ryan, the level here, GT radial, BMW coming down the hill, the field suspension, S15 coming down, hitting that rumble strip. Both these guys, GT radial, past that inside clip. Let's see how Dylan handles it.
Oh my God.
Odi Bakchis, look at the chase job here. He does come up a little bit short on outside zone 1, but he is living, so deep into the outside zone 2 by both of them. Very minimal mistakes. Oh, look at that, Odi falls back just a little bit. The dozer, massive angle there. Odi, it seems like I felt like his eyes got big when Dylan came past that touch and go. You saw. Let's see what the dozer's got for Trenton Beechum. Dylan Hughes initiates, Trenton Beechum really lunges forward. Dylan, great angle there. Beechum struggling to get to that angle and get to that pocket. Gets all the course. Dylan Slingshots into that inside clip. Now Trenton Beechum finds some traction with the Nexans and jumps on in. And Dylan, you can see him just throwing up the debris in that second outside zone. Trenton Beechum not exactly the closest to Dylan Hughes, kind of struggling there to throw down a banger of a lead run here in order to knock out Dylan Hughes. Trenton Beechum initiates. Dylan kind of a slow roll into that bank. Maybe got a little surprised by Beechum. He put down some very fast runs. Not that time is an element, but just a fast driver. Oh, look at that. Kind of coming out of angle is Dylan Hughes. Dylan needs to throw some more angle at it. Trenton Beechum does. Oh, look at this. Nosing in. That's almost Daigo Saito, you know, a la like basically under the hood. He's running that XPR 550 oil. Let's see how it goes and performs. Dylan Hughes initiates high on the bank. Look how close he is. Darren Kelly, the heart of racing Aston Martin. He's tuning that thing up. A beautiful exhaust note. I mean, it's a symphony behind the 2JZ powered BMW. Dylan Hughes filling all that second outside zone. Darren Kelly he kept it consistent, but just spent a lot of time together. So here we go. Darren Kelly, the heart of racing. Aston Martin initiated. Look at that, getting close to the wall. Supercar now, look at, oh man, Dylan Hughes doesn't care. Aston Martin, smashing Martin. I'm gonna smash right into that door. So there goes Dylan Hughes. He dives in. He's got that proximity. Oh, Darren Kelly takes out that second inside clip. Look at Dylan Hughes. He's dunking on him right now. He is nosing in. Great proximity. So some great driving. Beautiful note. Make some noise for Ryan Tuerck out front, defeating after one more times Matt Field. Ryan Tuerck initiating. Not as high and as aggressive as he was previously with Matt Field. But that gives Dylan Hughes an opportunity to get to the side of that Toyota Corolla. Dylan Hughes, give himself a little bit of distance. Oh man, Ryan Tuerck snapping out that back taillight. Blasted that cone on entry. The United States Air Force. Let's keep this party going for years to come. And let's keep the party going right now with Dylan, the Dozer Hughes, hammering on those brake lights. You see that J-force going down, but that allows Ryan Tuerck to get that proximity past that inside clip. Now here goes Dylan into that second inside clip. Ryan Tuerck dives in, but look at Dylan right there on the course edge. He does get up onto the bank a little bit, not too much. And again, imagine if there was a little bit of red clay out there like Atlanta, just a little bit of a rooster, a little rooster spruce. Central biblical wet. Now here we go. Fredric Aasbo, a little slow roll into that outside zone, big swing into the wall. Dylan Hughes right there. Great proximity from Dylan Hughes. Fredric Aasbo exceeding the line of the track, now going into the first inside clip, into the second inside clip. Now going to the second outside zone, there goes Fredric Aasbo. Dialing it in, really good angle from Fredric Aasbo.
Dylan, mash it up.
Dylan Dozer Hughes, Royal Purple, BMW on GT Radio, sticks it to the wall. But Fredric Aasbo's right there, look at that. The gold nose, nosing in. Dylan, it looks like he had a similar line to Fredric Aasbo. Both of them hanging on that outside zone, maybe just a bit too long. Now here comes Fredric Aasbo. Dylan riding that line, might have gone up into the bank a little bit, just for a moment.
Wow.
Different builds, two very different drivers. Again, Dylan Hughes, winner in Orlando last year in the very, very wet conditions. That Permatex BMW. Beechum maybe a little too aggressive. You see him kind of overshoot Dylan Hughes, my bad. And again, a lot of BMWs, a lot of BMW boys. And again, the GT radio's going around here for Dylan the Dozer Hughes, the Permatex BMW. And into that final outside zone, Trenton Beechum. Trying to, again, he came on maybe a little too hot. Again, as to repeat it, got thrown off, but now he's going to run a much more fluid line. You can see him using all the course. Does exceed him, but just that back left. So, ooh, big angle from Trenton Beechum. Can he hold on to that? Looks like it rips up. Look at Dylan Hughes. Good composure for him. The Forge Stars going around. It looks like he's almost going to tap his door. He does back out. Look at Beechum, very aggressive in that lead position. And I think he's just trying to give, again, that X factor.
Yeah, I mean, he's really throwing down in the lead position. There was one area
to the bridge where he drew some blood and he drew some GT radial tires. Into that first outside zone, Joao Barrion. A lot of these drivers exceeding that line on the outside zone 1. Now going to outside zone 2. There goes Dylan Hughes filling all of it. Here comes Joao Barrion. Good proximity. You see him kind of coming out of it, minus about 10 degrees compared to Dylan Hughes in that final outside zone, getting all the way to the outside line. You see Joao Barrion, the red lights coming on, so that forward momentum kind of being abruptly stopped. Corvette, Dylan Hughes, the dozer, that Permatex, Rain-X, Royal Purple BMW into that first outside zone. Looks like Dylan Hughes, he gets into the smoke, does not exceed that outside course line, and there he is with the proximity. Needs to throw some more angle at it. He does have the proximity. Oh, almost seeing contact there, that forward star wheel. Dylan Hughes maybe tempering it back, and oh boy, loses the camera, almost goes into the wall. I think he got blinded by the smoke. That could have been, once they extinguish, ready to roll. Here we go, Dylan Hughes. Through that start chicane, we got a clean start, initiating that first outside zone. Dylan Hughes drops a lot of tire there, but it looks like it could potentially just be one. Taylor Hole, that Comcams, Ken the Tires, Corvettes. Now coming to that third outside zone, Dylan Hughes seems to find the sweet spot right there. Now coming that last and final outside zone. Gets on the red and white, wow, explodes that lap, holy cow. Okay, thank you very much for clarification. Taylor Hole leading. See if Dylan Hole, excuse me, Dylan Hughes, oh boy.
Wow, he dropped the tire very aggressively off the track there, and it seriously affected. I think it debeated that tire, and it sent the car kind of jumping off the off side of the track there. So that is the big result of dropping a tire now in that zone. Outside zone 1 has been worn out.
He's at Dirtfish, so he knows how to slide a car for sure, but Chelsea DeNofa turns it up to 11. How is he going to handle here in the wet conditions? Here we go, that Royal Purple BMW. Chelsea DeNofa right there to the side. Let's see how they handle that. Again, you talked about the transition. 1-2, and Chelsea lets him on by and then just drops into formation. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, quick little correction of those 4-star wheels in outside zone 3, and DeNofa pushes hard. So again, talking about those decel areas, where we're at, what's going on. So again, going into outside zone 3, I mean, I'll tell you what, DeNofa just let him quickly on by. JTP was that style, you know, if you didn't overdrive the car, it might have a mistake. So here we go, Chelsea DeNofa out front, Dylan Hughes in the chase position. 3, 2, 1, bang, there goes Chelsea DeNofa in that first outside zone. The Nitto tires go ablaze. The GT radial tires underneath that of Dylan Hughes. Second outside zone. You can see a little bit of wavering there from Chelsea DeNofa in that outside zone 3. Chelsea was saying it's pretty difficult. He maxes it out. Going into that last outside zone. Dylan Hughes dives in. We got contact, but they stay in. He pushes them around. But again, with that contact, looks like Dylan Hughes driving with a little bit of aggression here. And inside of his Momo glove, so it's just going to keep it like a split. Here we got some telemetry here. Let's see what kind of speeds we see. Dylan Hughes out front, 80-something miles per hour. Dylan looks like he tapped the wall. He's very familiar with this track. 2 BMW, 2 very different builds. Robert Thorne gets inside of him. He shimmies his way, but Dylan Hughes fights back in that Royal Purple GT radial BMW. Transitions into that third outside zone. Robert Thorne backs off and now jumps to the side. Whoa, whammy! Holy cow! Rock'em sock'em BMWs. Robert Thorne, but you know, yeah, you're gonna bump somebody out. So here we go. Robert Thorne, Dylan Hughes coming into initiation of that big outside zone. Thorne initiates, and he is right stuck to that ball. Dylan Hughes, again with that broken left finger. You can see it inside the cockpit holding on to that Momo steering wheel. Into that second outside zone, the third outside zone. Dylan Hughes doesn't get all the way out there. Robert Thorne, a wide line, a big arc there. Now coming that last outside zone. Whoa, Thorne gets in the wall.
Yeah.
Sent us a note saying it was your birthday and asked
Happy
me to give you
birthday,
a shout
Colby.
out.
Happy birthday, Colby. Let's send it. Here we go. Back to the one more time. Dylan the Dozer Hughes and Nick Novak. Dylan Hughes. Oh, look at Novak. He noses in again. I want you back.
How dare you?
Oh, there you go in that second outside zone. Man, Dylan Hughes' his composure. He stays in it. He's just running his own game. Novak, he is possessed right now. All right, solid run by both these guys. Novak getting a little, look like he's throwing west side without throwing it. Here we go. Nick Novak, Dylan the Dozer Hughes. Nick Novak initiates into the bank. Dylan Hughes giving himself maybe too much room. 82 miles an hour. Look at those. Obviously, you can see it, all the analytics going down, the telemetry system into that third outside zone. Dylan Hughes now dives in. Looks like he missed that third zone. Now coming into that final outside zone. Novak dialing it in. This thing, him and Travis Reed are collectively than probably everybody. So here we go. Simen Olsen, Dylan the Dozer Hughes initiating. Olsen, big, massive angle. Dylan Little lower angle, but great proximity. Olsen is just on one right now. Simen Olsen into that second outside zone, the power rally. Look at Reeder now coming in. Into that inside clip. The amount of angle and the degree that he's throwing it at and holding onto it is absolutely insane.
Did you say
to send it? Again, that chase car can leave the line prior to the start. Here we go. We got the telemetry going. See what kind of speeds we get. 90 miles per hour on initiation. Initiating into that bank. Simen Olsen, great proximity. Look at that. Oh, he pulls away. Simen Olsen now falling out of angle. Coming to the power rally. Leave it all out of the track.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan Hughes into that second outside zone. Past that inside clip. And into that final outside zone.
Let's be honest. This would be a major needle mover cycle.
Noise! Where my drifting fans at? Make some noise! Here we go. The telemetry is on and Simen Olsen flicks it in. Dylan Hughes rolls into it. Simen Olsen, massive angle, that field suspension vehicle. Look at that, ripping into that first outside zone. Quick little bobble into the power rally. The dozer finds himself right there. Again, gets close, but definitely needs to mimic more of the angle. Has that proximity into that final. Oh! Simen Olsen does tap, but it's nitrous issues, so that could hurt him. Telemetry is on. The G-force, the speed. Here we go. Dylan Hughes out front. Royal Purple.
Oh, yeah.
BMW throws it in. Simen Olsen drops into formation. Look at this. Oh, he drops. Oh, locking him up. Little left foot brake by Dylan Hughes into the power rally. Oh, right on the razor's edge. Using all of the courses, Dylan Hughes. Showing you the driving prowess past that inside clip. The Ford Star standing out. Showing you the correction coming back. In Ireland right now, they're cheering him on. But I know locally, you're cheering for Dylan Hughes. Who's gonna get it? Dylan Hughes initiates. Oh, he comes out of angle, but goes right back into it. That allows James Deane some good proximity. Now coming off that bank, James Deane taking a bit of a lower line. In the power alley, some sparks being thrown into that third outside zone. Into that inside clip. Snappy transition, nice job there by Dylan Hughes.
Solid.
For all four of the RTR drivers to get a win this year. James Deane will lead AutoZone Ford Mustang RTR. Into that outside zone.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Dials. Dylan Hughes. He's got the proximity. He is motivated. He is absolutely on a tear into that third outside zone. But James Deane maxing out that angle, big angle. Dylan Hughes having it back off. You see him massage it back in, and then gets on the side of James Deane.
I mean, that was
Evergreen. Dylan Hughes will lead. These are the Type S finals. Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift. Dylan Dozer Hughes with that broken finger, trying to break some hearts and get the win. Great initiation. He is riding that wall. He is right there. Chelsea DeNofa, good proximity. Dylan Hughes. Oh, doctor, they go off course. 2 tires for sure. Gonna have to back that up. Overcooks it on that initiation. Goes off course and into that final outside zone. Out front, Dylan Hughes, send it. Lick the stamp and send it. Return to sender. Chelsea DeNofa initiates that Pennzoil RTR Mustang on Ditto tires. And look at this, making it real clear right out of the gate. Chelsea DeNofa wants this. As cool, calm, and collected as he is, I know he wants to get this victory. Dylan Hughes surges forward. Some contact was made, but Chelsea continues on through the course. Dylan the Dozer Hughes.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
That's
It was purchased by JDM Supreme, and now it's come out of retirement, and now Diego Higa is behind the wheel. Dylan Hughes will be leading Diego. Oh, look at that, 100, I don't know if that's locked and loaded there. Oh, Diego, talking about the speed. Yeah, he found it. Got right to the side of Dylan the Dozer Hughes. Dylan Hughes, that Permatex vehicle, running that Optimum Easy livery here for this round, and there goes Dylan Hughes, that last outside zone. That got a little sketchy 5,000 there in that first outside zone. That got a little hairy.
Yeah, I don't.
Chasing, I think Diego Higa might have a little bit of an advantage here because Dylan comes out of drift but gets a little assist. So we definitely, if you're Dylan Hughes, you really need to step it up here. Let that pressure be known. And Diego Higa, big angle there. You said he's coming to his own here. He's finding that high speed. Dylan the Dozer Hughes transitions. Both these guys with the 2Js under the hood. And there goes Dylan Hughes. Don't know if there's contact. We're going to have to take a look at that Permatex Optimum RTV vehicle. Dylan Hughes and Diego Higa. Dylan Hughes will lead. Diego Higa giving chase. There we go with that Optimum RTV Easy Permatex vehicle. Goes in the outside zone. And now you can see a lot more settled than that first time. Diego Higa, he knows he can apply the pressure here to Dylan Hughes. We saw it on that first battle. This is the one more time. Diego Higa coming out of angle there. And now in that final outside zone. Dylan Hughes explodes it, almost gets into the dirt. He does exceed it a little bit, but using that course edge is Dylan Hughes. And like I said, Diego and him really happen.
So Higa off the line here.
Yeah, Diego Higa leading Dylan Hughes, giving chase. Diego Higa initiates into that first outside zone. Goes Diego Higa, gets all the way out there. Dylan Hughes buried in that smoke, but now in the second outside zone, you can see really good mimicking of the angle. These guys almost simultaneous and absolutely mirroring each other's angle. Diego Higa, like you said, seems to be finally hitting his stride in that FRS, the 86 night. So the Royal Purple GT Radial BMW out front. There goes Dylan Hughes initiating into the bank. Looks like Alex Robbins has worked it out, gets good proximity, works his way to the top. Not the most graceful way, but gets that proximity. Pass it inside clip, Robbins takes it out. That front right light, but Dylan Hughes settle. Ooh, and Robbins looks like he does rotate. Has some issues, that'll be incomplete. Dylan Hughes does need to complete the entirety of this run, and he does just that. Gets out to that outside zone, and that lily pad, as I'm kind of calling it, and do it all. I don't know, just don't, be patient. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. Alex Robbins out front, Dylan Hughes in that chase position. Robbins a little bit of shimmering there on that outside zone one. Ooh, and there goes Robbins. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse, but that will seal it because in that lead position, when you have that mistake out front, the chase car does not need to complete the entirety of the run as the Forge Star wheels wrapped in GT radials finishes out the entirety of the course. The Royal Purple 2JZ BMW crosses the finish line. Here you can see mile per hour, the G-force lead. Obviously, that is Dylan Hughes in the purple BMW and the hot hatchback of Ryan Tuerck. Boom, jumps to the side of Dylan Hughes. A little bit of wavering, drops down, doesn't see that front bumper. The proximity is really well crafted. Now passing into the second outside zone. Dylan Hughes, yeah, that could have gotten really ugly there. But that actually allowed Ryan Tuerck to get that proximity and flirt with the side of that BMW. Wow. And pretty cool technology there. Again, thank you so much. Here we go. And here we go. That is Ryan Tuerck out front. Dylan Hughes in the chase position. Ryan Tuerck working his way up the bank. And that allows Dylan Hughes, you can see him dropping into formation, just getting into that pocket, but Ryan Tuerck pulls away. Massive angle there from Ryan Tuerck right in front of the Rockstar Energy VIP suite. We've got contact. Dylan Hughes goes in the bumper, Ryan Tuerck. Let's take a look at where Ryan Tuerck's of Dylan Hughes and of the series, our Royal Purple Top 16 looks like. Slide up right for Ryan Tuerck. Ryan, that, like you said, that contact, that really solidified. Unfortunately, Dylan knows who he's